We have all become familiar with this chant, but the struggle for justice continues in Baltimore. This is People's Tribune Radio. Today's program is from the pages of the People's Tribune newspaper, a monthly published in Chicago. We present an article from November 2015, Struggle for Justice in Baltimore. Please listen.
The struggle for justice continues in Baltimore, November 7th, 2015. 6 Baltimore police officers were indicted on charges connected to the death of Freddie Gray in April of this year. Freddie's treatment before he was put in the police van was recorded on many cell phones and played back for the whole community to see. Baltimore police could and would hurt or kill you with no concern about being held accountable. But with social media, this was now in the public view. And the public said no. Almost everyone wanted the police terror to stop. Thousands demonstrated, many times a week. Throughout May, traffic was disrupted. The Oriole baseball team had to play home games in Florida, and businesses throughout the town were deserted. After Freddie's funeral, over 100 buildings were burned. The ruling class quickly reshuffled the deck, reinforced the state, and used corporate media to convince people that the system was working. Justice would be served, we were told, by a brilliant young woman lawyer, newly elected, Marilyn Mosby, chief prosecutor. Her office indicted the 6 police who arrested Freddie. Since then, the mayor announced she would not run for re-election. The police commissioner was replaced. The trial of the indicted police was kept in Baltimore. Meanwhile, federal agents from many agencies throughout the government came to Baltimore to review thousands of video surveillance tapes to identify those people who broke into and set fire to stores. Once identified, the pictures were spread through the community with police requests to identify those people in the pictures. Late in the summer, it was announced that the city would pay Freddie's family $6.5 million to drop their lawsuit. The struggle against injustice continues. Over 100 women demonstrated against immigration arrests. Reverend Wesley West was arrested for stopping traffic. He was trying to draw attention to the number of homicides in the city. In October, a few students opposed the city council contract for the new police chief. 16 of the students were arrested, but the charges were dropped. Also in October, Sergeant Robert Meaner was videoed spitting on a handcuffed man he had just arrested. When Kwame Rose tweeted the video, you could feel the masses of people begin to sniff the air for justice. Kwame Rose has over 7,000 followers on Twitter. Sergeant Meaner was charged with second-degree assault. The public view of police brutality is challenging the way police do their business. Video from phones and Twitter continue to expose police brutality. The rulers still have the power. The public is trapped between capitalism, drug gangsters whose gunfights kill every day, and police brutality. The murder rate, mainly of black men, has risen to the highest in 40 years. If police brutality could solve the crime problem, it would have been solved by now. Our community has vast sections that are a wasteland. No jobs, no legal way to make a living. We need to reorganize society to use the wealth that a small section of people hold to create an environment where youth are not given crime as the only way to make a living. And in fact, isn't it a crime that billionaires not only run the country, but wallow in wealth while millions go hungry, become homeless, and are subject to police brutality?
The rising police state is caused by our changing economy and the massive poverty it has produced. American history teaches us why. Today's victims of police brutality are overwhelmingly minorities. Our history also shows that as this brutality becomes accepted by the majority, it will inevitably be used against us all. Visit us on the web at peoplestribune.org or call 800-691-6888. Find out how people are fighting for a new society where everyone's needs are met. Subscribe to the People's Tribune and order bundles of newspapers to give to your friends. Please find the PayPal button to make your donations today.